Hello everyone, welcome to my Thrifted Treasures series that I am starting. This will be featuring items that I am DIYing for my home. I am redoing areas in the home that I want to see transformed, and I'm starting out with my living room. The living room style is a rustic chic, maybe farmhouse style, and today we are starting out with a serving tray slash centerpiece. This is also good to house as a centerpiece for your wedding, and it is a quick and easy DIY. There's nothing like the feeling of completion of something that you created with your own two hands. Unfortunately, I live in a state where it is super cold, so everything had to be done inside, so I was not able to film, but what I did do was take pictures, and I will talk you through it all. So let's get started with episode 1 of the serving tray in my Thrifted Treasures series. Hope you guys like it. Stay tuned to the end for pictures. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's go. This is what the serving tray looks like in its entirety, all by itself. I love the stain, and I added some of those handles, and as you can see, it just looks super rustic, and we're gonna make it rustic slash shabby. But let's talk about what we'll need to get this project started. You will of course need some wood. I get my wood cut at Home Depot or Menards. They usually have a section of value wood or discarded pieces that you can flip through and see if any of those will work for you for either free or very, very low cost. Otherwise, just try to find some inexpensive wood. You don't need anything super fancy for this project. I used 2 furring strips that were 79 cents a piece and a couple of blocks that were $1.29 a piece. So I think I lucked out. I will put all the dimensions for this project in the description box below. You will also need a tarp. This is helpful when you're staining so that you won't get anything on, if you're doing this indoors like I was, on your furniture or on your ground outside. So I get that from the Dollar Tree. Also picked up some paintbrushes from the Dollar Tree and some Elmer's wood glue. You will need that to help create the bond. You'll need some solid wood screws to ensure that the project that you're making stays secure. You will also need some stain for this project. I'm using a product from Minwax called Poly Shades. It is a stain and polyurethane in one step. The smell is minimal since I was doing this inside. I just opened all the windows and it dried really fast, and I did 2 coats on my project using the Espresso Gloss shade. I purchased 2 handles from Menards. These were in the drawers where you find the decorative pieces for dressers and cabinetry, and these were only $1 a piece. Start out by sanding all the rough edges of all the pieces of your wood. Because I got this out the value section, it may be rough edges, there may be some holes or some type of deformity that's on the wood. I try to get the cleanest pieces possible. I won't get anything that's going to mess up the integrity of the project. So start out by sanding. Either use a hand sander or some sanding paper, and then make sure all those rough edges are completely smooth, because there's nothing like completing a project and everyone getting splinters. After I'm done sanding, I do like to put my project together if I can, just to make sure I wasn't too heavy-handed on the sanding and making sure that everything still matches up as it does in my head. And then I take a damp cloth, wipe over all the wood pieces to get all of that sanding grit off. Now it's time to pre-mark the wood so that I can pre-drill some holes in order for the wood screws to go in a lot easier. So I just line up that wood with all of the slats that's there, and I make a little mark at the beginning and the end of each slat. So since I have 5 slats, there'll be 10 tick marks, just to make sure that that long piece of wood on the side is connected with every slat on at the beginning and the end of that slat. Now it's time to add this wood glue to the wood, and I love putting this on here first and then screwing it in. It just adds an extra bond, so that project is not going anywhere. So I just take 1 strip of wood glue because I don't want it to go past the wood and it be visible for people to see. Sometimes the stain doesn't react to it very well. So I just take 1 strip and layer it right across the bottom and hold that there. You can use clamps or you can use a heavy object to hold it onto the surface. And voila, this is how everything should look. I've already pre-drilled my holes. I've added my wood glue, and then I've inserted my screws into each of the holes that I had already marked. And this is how it should look in the end. Now it's time for the fun part, adding the stain. I love this color on this wood. It just makes it look super, super cute, rustic, and I love that deep espresso color. So you add your stain. I added 2 coats. I let it dry 30 minutes in between time, and then I added the second coat and I let that dry for 24 to 48 hours. And this is the end result. I love how pretty it is. The finish is gorgeous, and there's nothing bad that I can say about it. The project is sturdy, and I'm pretty much happy with everything that has been done. I want to quick share with you how I altered that Dollar Tree vase. I just added some water and some acrylic paint in white around there. I want to get a thick pancake type consistency, and all I did was swirl it around, mix it up, swirl it around the jar, and let it air dry. Simple and easy. Another element that I made for my serving tray decor were these faux string balls, and all I did was blow up some balloon into a small ball, added some Mod Podge and water mixture, and tied the string around the balloons. Once they hardened in about 24 hours and let them sit overnight, all you have to do is pop the balloon and then pull it out, and the string will be in the form in which you tied it. It was super easy, and then you can also manipulate the string when you're done to the desired style or width or however you want it to set in your bowl. So that's it, guys. This is how the end result looks. It's so fabulous. I love the rustic shabbiness of it all. The string balls look great. I like the altered vase that's there. The flowers came from Michael's. It was 1 stem, and they were 60% off in their spring collection. Very, very cheap. And then that Ansan was 80% off. So just a couple bucks I used to style this table. The pumpkins are from a previous DIY. And I have also added a little succulent plant that I put together. The stem again was from Michael's, 60% off their spring decor. Those rocks came from my wedding vase. And there we have it. That's how the handles look on the side. I love how it all turned out. Just a little couple books. That little gray piece is also another DIY. So stay tuned to how I put this together. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video if you like it. Bye.